used to never leave my brothers, never change up on it. Through the hurt and the pain, through the lane. I say
And now we're being joined by our 2K insider, Shams Charania, who's calling in with a good story. Shams, what do you have?
Well, guys, teams are all grappling with this new CBA, especially the dreaded second apron. Fans possibly unclear on what it means. Honestly, even front offices are still navigating the complexities of the new restrictions. But basically, it has become harder for teams to spend big and acquire new players under the current systems. We'll see, guys, how this impacts everyone moving forward.
Something to keep an eye on, no doubt. All right, Shams, thanks a lot. Setting the floor for the Nets. Wilson out there with MP. Then it's DeAnthony Melton. Then it's Sharp, and it's Johnson in at the 2. Now, here's MP. Karis LeVert unable to get his last shot to go. And he gets the bucket.
You know, MP starting to look good there from the mid-range.
LeVert up top. He's guarded by Melton. To stop the run. That one's good, and the Brooklyn lead is cut down now to just 2 points with that basket from Mann.
He can really stroke it from deep. You have to keep better tabs on him.
And Jordi Fernandez has called a timeout. He wants to... And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Hawks lead by 1. We'll be back shortly live from State Farm Arena.
Welcome to our 2K Sports.
The bench has stepped up to where I could see a couple of those guys closing out this game.
Yeah, we'll see how the second half goes, but...
And now we get to check out the top performers from their respect. And that's a halftime wrap. Let's get back to Kevin Harlan and the crew.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Mycarrer has been... Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. Here's LeVert. Rebounded by the Nets. Richard, take a look at DeAnthony Melton's game. A combo guard. You size him up for us.
He's one of the combo guards that every team loves to have on their roster. He can hit an open 3, but he can also guard a number 1 offensive player on the other end and take the challenge every single night.
Pass to Okongwu. Here's Rizeshe. And once again off the mark by Atlanta. Outside Williams. MP inside. Defended by Mann. For the tie. That's good from Williams on the assist by Thomas. Thomas got assist number 7 for him tonight.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, the Brooklyn Nets wasted no time hiring their next coach, Jordi Fernandez, shortly after the conclusion of last season. Despite his youth, Fernandez has been on the rise after stops as an assistant with the Kings, Nuggets, and Cavs, as well as coaching the Canadian national team. Kevin?
DA, we've been talking about Jordi Fernandez for a long time. Now his big break, and I'm really happy. I know we all are for Coach Fernandez. Hey, David, thank you.
And you don't see that every day. Usually he'll convert when he gets that close to the rim.
Johnson in the corner. MP up top. Fader on the way. Again, the Nets for two.
When MP is having a night like this, you just can't keep him from getting the ball.
And we'll have a timeout called by Quinn Snyder. Wants to regroup and go over the strategy. Some changes for Brooklyn. Aaron Sharp, he's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. And it's Wilson in for Thomas. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Krejci to the left wing. Shot clock at 6. LeVert kicks to Nance. The Hawks again can't hit.
You can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
In a major drought, need to find some sort of momentum.
The points coming in bunches as we wrap up the third quarter. It's been a good one. Brooklyn ahead, leading by 5. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the two-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or two when he needs to.
And from a team perspective, having your off-guard rip-off passes like that, it's awesome. It shows you have guys willing to give up the rock.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. On the court for the Nets, getting the fourth quarter going. D'Anthony Melton out there with Johnson. Then it's MP. Then it's Sharp. And it's Wilson in at the 3, the small forward. Inside, here's MP. Oh, MP makes it look easy.
Gets the ball inside and gets it done. Nice work by MP.
Pass to LeVert. Over to the left wing. Capella with it. The Hawks need to get off a shot here. And the rejection by MP. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. And the Hawks making a change here. Buffkin's checked in. And the Nets making a change here as well. Watford's checked in. Fades. And dead on that time. Beautiful shot. MP's got the lead up to 9 now for the Nets. And now we'll get perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for Brooklyn.
All you have to do is look at one stat, and that is their block numbers. It tells you how tight their D has been. They've been going out of their way to smother the defense.
Another place they've had the upper hand tonight is in transition. They've gotten a bunch of their points off the fast break.
About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now. Screen by MP. On the wing, MP. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
And here's LeVert. Pass to Capella. And the rejection by MP. And they will get the basket here, folks, as they rule goaltending.
So close to getting the block there. You can live with those calls because you'd rather have a guy playing aggressive instead of playing it safe.
So both teams changing it up here. Paxton is screen on Johnson. Takes it off the glass. MP's got 8 points here in this quarter.
Looking like an old hand out there. MP working the two-man game to perfection.
Here's Young. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Nets leading by 8. Pass to MP. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Again, the Nets for 2.
Why fade away there? Just making the shot more difficult, if you have to ask me.
Young against Russell. Johnson sets the screen for Young. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
That is not the shot they needed there. You got to work it around and get a better look.
MP, that's for two. Okongwu grabs the board. Okongwu's now got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's Johnson. He can't get it to go. Good defense by MP. Johnson, the pass to MP. He's looking for Claxton and finds him. Here's MP. MP powers through the contact inside.
That is a play that is beyond his years. MP takes the contact and still gets it to fall.
Russell against Young. Rizachet in the corner. The Hawks again can't hit. Brooklyn leading by 12. Thomas passes to MP. With the fadeaway. Again, the Nets for two.
And man, is he in a zone right now. Seems like he can't miss.
Young against Russell. On the wing, Johnson. To halt the run. It's hauled in by Claxton. Nets shooting 61% from the field, showing some marvelous touch out there.
And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for the Nets.
They found a great rhythm from long range.
Yeah, Kevin, every time they left a man open deep, he'd get a good shot at the basket. Didn't hesitate, and that aggression paid off.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for MP.
He came up with a bucket every time they needed him to. Great effort on offense, and he was a difference maker.
And it's a completely new group for Atlanta. Jacks up a 3. Capella, and it's put back up and in by Capella. There's 38 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. MP with a screen on LeVert. Pass to MP. Again, the Nets for 2.
And it's just competing, giving your best when it matters most.
And let me tell you, as a team, you love to hit your stride right at the crucial moments. They put this game away in style.
LeVert with it. Watford on him. Niang, that's good.
A solid passer at his position. LeVert excels at finding his teammates when they're open.
So it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but...
Keep it up, MP. Keep chopping wood.
First game in the pros. I'm sure your phone is blowing up.
Makes sense.
Look,
All right. You got your feet wet. Now the real work starts.
Whatever it... Coach, that was great. That was really helpful.
Great win tonight, MP. drink plenty of fluids. Win the swamp tonight. All right, baby. Let's get down.
Welcome, folks, and what better way to celebrate the end of the week? Friday night basketball on, and this early in the season, there are still so many unknowns, Grant.
You're right. You learn a little about each team in the preseason.
MP comes in for Williams, and it's Melton in for Russell.
One more time, let's hear it from the 407 Dan Speed.
Well, if you followed MP on his path to the NBA, you know the one criticism of his game is that he can defer too often, Grant.
And at times I think that's been a fair criticism. But you'd rather have MP trying to involve his teammates too much than not at all. People had the same complaint about LeBron early in his career, and that worked out fine.
On the floor for Brooklyn, MP is out there with Nicholas Claxton. Then there's Johnson. Then there's DeAnthony Melton. And it's Thomas in at the 2. Mycarrer outside. Back to Suggs. Pass to Matazze. Here's Mycarrer. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. It's on Nick Claxton.
And the playmaking skills Mycarrer has already are outstanding. Just such a unique young player.
How about Paolo Mycarrer, Coach? What a special talent. The first overall pick back in 2022, and then the Rookie of the Year.
Well, Brian, he's not just a scorer. He's a 6'10" playmaker, and getting that out of someone who plays on the front line and can also play as a small ball 5, Mycarrer's versatility makes him very valuable. Just a terrific drive by Suggs. When he sees lanes to the rim open up, he attacks with no hesitation.
MP no good.
They've been just a little bit better on the glass so far, showing their tremendous work ethic.
And Mycarrer with a bucket on the assist from Suggs. Mycarrer's got 8.
Getting enough shots in close to play inside out.
MP, a screen on Suggs. Pass to MP. Again, MP missing. And Suggs has got the ball here for Orlando. They lead by 4. From 9 feet. And again, it's Orlando converting.
I mean, 6'10", about 250. Mycarrer imposing his will inside.
Melton outside. And here's MP. Guarded by Mycarrer. Here's MP. Gets it to go. Makes him 2 for 5.
No one there to contest. Didn't really need the fade.
There's 38 seconds left in the opening quarter. Here's Suggs. Brooklyn with the board. They want to keep rolling here following a win against Atlanta.
Sometimes it's difficult to get good looks on the road, but they ran the offense brilliantly.
Yeah, they had a good game plan, executed it well, and they didn't let the crowd affect them.
Caldwell Pope pulls it in. Suggs surveys the D. Pass to Mycarrer. And that's not going to go. misses at the buzzer. Jalen Suggs has been leading the charge. And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. And for the Magic guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Attacking relentlessly, drawing fouls. They won that first quarter at the stripe.
All right, and now you want to see them sustain this relentlessness for the entire game because it's clearly paying off.
On the court right now, second quarter for the Nets. Williams is out there with MP. Then there's DeAnthony Melton. Then there's Sharp. And it's Johnson in at the 2. Well, after a decade of uncertainty, Magic fans now have a lot to cheer about.
This is the most optimism they've had around the team since the Dwight Howard era. And it centers around their young star, Paolo Banchero. He is going to be a force for a very long time.
Pass to MP. Wing shot on the way. Yes, on the jumper. MP's got 8.
He's always ready to take the shot. MP got it away quick.
Orlando leading. And about a minute gone in the second quarter. Anthony outside. And here's Carter. Hey, expanding his range. Missed it. Now 0 for 1 on this game. Melton with the ball. On the wing, MP releases. Again, MP missing.
Won't see him miss that one too many times.
Yeah, it was a great look. Sometimes they don't fall. You've just got to keep taking great shots.
Here's Anthony. Oh, MP with a block.
Yeah, a timely intervention by MP. He knew just when to attack the shot. Impressive one-hand slam right there, B.A.
Man, as long as he's confident about it, I'm good with it. Maybe use 2 hands next time. He knows where he is. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Well, this young Magic roster has chemistry. Coach Jamal Mosley said they're so tied together. It's just organic. They're happy in creating these relationships over time, and it's because they're all just good kids that like being around each other. Guys, that's what you want.
Yeah, no question. Something to build on, Allie. Thank you. Bataze's checked in for Orlando. Suggs comes in for Wagner. Nick Claxton, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Thomas comes in for Williams. Suggs with it, and it's Thomas picking him up. Shot from 12. Brooklyn pulls it in. Coach, you look at someone like Jalen Suggs. Man, has he improved his shot.
Yeah, Brian, I think you've always loved the effort that he brings at the defensive end of the floor. But now he's a much more efficient shooter, much more decisive, and really understands his role.
Anthony, the pass to Bataze. Pass to Black. Shot to stop the run. Nails it from 3.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a 3-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
MP shot is off.
Yeah, well, that's a shot the defense is probably going to let him keep taking.
Here's Anthony. MP with the block. Pass to Thomas. Now, for those joining us now, we're in the second quarter, about 3 minutes gone by. Basket's good. MP's got 15 points.
Well, even though he hasn't been in the league a long time, MP knows exactly where to get his points.
Now here's Anthony. No points yet. Bataze, the pass to Suggs. 4 on the clock. Banchero outside. Jacks up a 3. The rebound by Melton. The Nets with the lead. Here's MP. Oh, nice fake, but the layup's off the mark.
Well, the defense shut that lane down quickly. That's the kind of effort you need to see.
Here's Black. Thomas defends, and he dunks it down.
Hey, when in doubt, run the defender off the screen.
And you know, with a result like that, we'll see them run it again. And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going here. It's the Magic up 4. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
Hello and welcome. Before we take a look, fellas, I was just wondering if you played in the league these days, what do you think would be different compared to when you did play?
Oh, my goodness. I make a lot more money, Ernie, than I did in my playing days, especially.
And turning back now to talk about the Orlando Magic. What a close game this has been.
They've been getting to the line a lot. I mean, fearless at the offensive end. You like guys who are willing to throw their bodies around and make things happen, Shaq.
Not just willing. They like that style of play.
And that's it for halftime. Thank you for joining us. We send you back to Brian Anderson for the start of the third quarter.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much. Magic making a change here. Black's checked in. So Brooklyn going with almost an entire new group here. Sharp, he's checked in for Claxton. MP comes in for Williams. Melton, he's checked in for Thomas. And it's Johnson in for Russell. Wagner and Mycarrer, the talented forward pair. Then it's Goga Bitadze, then there's Jalen Suggs, and it's Black in at the shooting guard position. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Magic. Stan, you're the son of a coach. Your dad was a great coach at the collegiate level. What was the best advice you ever received from him?
Well, Brian, the one that has always stuck with me is he told me in my first season, if you think you've got all the answers, it's all questions. And I think that's true in everything, not just basketball.
The kick out to Johnson. Nails it from beyond the arc. Johnson's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Orlando leading by 6. Suggs, the pass to Bitadze. Here's Black. Back to Bitadze. The three from Suggs. Orlando gets it back. And Caro no good.
Oh, this is exactly the kind of opportunity you don't want to waste.
MP, the pass to Johnson. Screen by MP. Johnson. Again, the net score.
Oh, great recognition there by MP. Getting it to the open man.
Suggs outside. 34 seconds left in the third. Mycarrer outside. At the arc, Mycarrer finds his mark.
And they keep attacking from the three-point range here in the second half.
Nets trail by 7. Here's MP. And there's another one for the Nets.
Yeah, just making the shot look easy. MP certainly has put some work into his shooting motion.
Suggs outside. Pass to Mycarrer from the arc. And it's Mycarrer again missing. Here's MP. Whoa, MP getting out in front on the break.
Incredible. I mean, high energy in transition. Just beating the defense up the floor.
Yeah, the commitment to run.
Paolo Mycarrer getting it done for Orlando. He's been effective on offense, racking up 21 points so far in this contest. We'll be right back after this word. Well, what a terrific game it's been so far. With this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. On the floor for the Nets. Sharp out there with MP. Then there's Johnson, and it's Wilson in at the 3. Watford's checked in for Brooklyn.
Second personal foul. First team foul. Coming on the floor.
Here's Watford. Pass to Wilson. To tie it up. And the foul called on MP. That's his first foul. Counted from distance.
Talk about stepping up. I mean, that is a huge three-pointer.
Well, guys who can make big shots at the end of games have become a necessity in this league.
Inside, here's Wagner, and a strong finish with two hands.
Yeah, powerful finish from Wagner. Don't get in his way.
Watford the pass to MP. Fires from the wing. Orlando with the rebound. They've led by as many as 14. Their next game is at FedEx Forum in Memphis for a matchup with the Grizzlies. It's a quick turnaround on the road. Just one game. Pass to Mycarrer. Drains it from 9 feet away. And now it's a 4-point Orlando lead.
I mean, it's incredible. Mycarrer can be so dominant. A young player with such a promising future.
Here's MP. And the Nets tack on 2 more.
Assisted buckets. Every team wants them. They show you're running effective team offense.
Just over a minute and a half played here in the fourth. Anthony misses.
Well, sometimes it's just not your night. But despite his struggles, they're ahead in the game.
Here's MP. It's rebounded by Wagner.
And you know they were praying for that one to go down.
Yeah, they really wanted that bucket to go. You can't get discouraged, though.
Wagner with a screen on Sharp to the inside. Oh, a big finish with a one-handed jam.
This is what makes Mycarrer a difficult cover. His ability to pass it well in screen and roll.
So Orlando going with an almost entire new group here. Matase's checked in for Carter. Wagner comes in for Wagner. Caldwell Pope's checked in for Anthony. And it's Jalen Suggs in for Black. So Brooklyn going with almost an entire new group here. Nick Claxton, he's checked in for Sharp. Johnson comes in for Wilson. Thomas, he's checked in for Johnson. And Russell is subbed in for Watford. Back to Suggs. The three from Mycarrer. Rebounded by Johnson. Johnson's got 5 rebounds in the game. MP getting it done inside.
A complete lack of intimidation. MP proving he can be that guy.
Mycarrer outside. Oh, Mycarrer throws it down.
Oh, no holding back from Mycarrer. He wants this team to be able to rely on him in these type of moments.
Here's MP. Yep, it finally drops after rolling around the rim. MP's got 14 points here in the second half. And so Mycarrer will bring it up for Orlando. Here's the three. Offensive rebound. And Caldwell Pope gets it to go.
Well, look, they needed that one. Tremendous leadership by Caldwell Pope in an important situation.
Pass to Thomas. On the wing, MP. Fades away. It's rebounded by Batadze. Batadze's got his 6th rebound on the night. Down low. Here's Mycarrer. Yes, Paolo Mycarrer for 2.
Paolo Mycarrer living up to those lofty expectations. A great young player.
Here's MP. Bounces high off the rim and drops. MP's got 31.
Yeah, the more he knocks those down, the more confidence this coaching staff's going to have in him.
Pass to Batadze, over Claxton, and again, it's Orlando converting.
And the playmaking of Mycarrer. At 6'10", he really has a guard skill level.
1:05 left in the fourth quarter here. On the wing, MP, guarded by Mycarrer.
When the defense is playing off you like that, you want to be able to convert, but that time he just couldn't get it done.
Back to Suggs. Pass to Caldwell Pope. And so they foul intentionally. Now here's Mycarrer. Launches a 3. Knocks down the triple. Mycarrer's got 30 points.
really feels like they're in control. They've got a big lead with time dwindling.
Yeah, and at this point, the focus is take care of the ball, no needless fouls, and no threes.
Suggs outside. From outside, off the mark. And short of a miracle, they're walking out of here with a tough loss.
They fought all night, a terrific effort, but they just couldn't make enough big plays.
So the Magic win it. This one was in the balance right at